So as you grow older, you develop more and more skills, and one of the skills I developed, and this is nothing special, is that I know how to bake cookies. And the problem with knowing how to bake cookies is that whenever I want cookies, I can just have cookies, and it only takes like 15-30 minutes depending on, if I can find my ingredients or not. And yeah, then I have delicious cookies, and it's starting to become a problem because I've eaten a lot of cookies in the last month. Welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Sai. Today we're going to do a run using Jhin against the 5-star Swain adventure. This is Swain Week Part 4. For this we're using Jhin, and the build I've chosen is Chemtech Duplicator, Guardian Angel, and Riptide Battery. We're going to use Chemtech Duplicator to double Thermogenic Beam to get hit points back. We have Guardian Angel just in case Jhin dies, and Riptide Battery just triggers a bunch of his Lotus Trap stuff, so I think it'll be an okay build. Normally I go with like Curator's Gatebreaker, Riptide, and then something, but I don't know, trying something a little different, we'll see how it goes. Also, is Jhin and like the guy from Hunter x Hunter, the clown, the same guy? They kind of feel similar to me. This feels like I'm in common powers, but I don't think I should be in common powers. Alright, great. Okay, so we're going to take a minute here, and we're going to talk about fortifications. If you see fortifications in this adventure, you should pick it, because it solves the entire adventure. So we're going to do that here so I can show just how good it is, but yeah, I don't know. As we start getting into the characters that just can't automatically beat the adventure, there are a lot of characters that you can do it if you get like a good power or whatever. But like Jinx shouldn't matter too much what power you get as long as you don't go to Crimson Aristocrat, or like Yasuo just clears the adventure no problem. However, the first person I used, also very good. I really wish I could remember because that seems like... Oh, Morgana. Yeah, Morgana just destroys the adventure. No probs. But as we start getting a little bit deeper, needing more champions, there are a lot of champions that can do it, and it's not that hard, but you might have a little bit of struggle, and you might need to like set up your relics better and know how to play the game, find a good support, find a good power. And Jhin is like probably on the borderline of just super straightforward, and you can just win the game. So if you can find a power like Fortifications that just says, I don't take damage in this adventure, pick it up. It's great. Yeah. So, you're gonna do that. It's the same reason why the defense spending relic is really good. If you put that on anyone, you're much better off, and you open up a lot more possibilities of who you can use to beat the game, or beat the adventure with, not the game. Or if you have turret plating on a low-cost champion, you'll take the 3 damage up front, but after that you won't take any more damage. It does still leave you open to like a couple other ways to lose, but overall it's pretty good. So things like that help a lot in opening up other champion possibilities. Here we're going to stun the challenger so we can block the non-challengers. We take 10 here, whereas normally we would be taking 2, 4, 6, 14. And so yeah, that's -6 damage just for having 1 power. It's pretty good. If you are not using Curator's Gatebreaker on Jhin, you do need to find a way to trigger his Plunder. One way you can do it is by attacking with your Crackshot Corsair. This will do the Crackshot, which does 1 damage to the Nexus. Even if your guy dies, it's fine because you still get to plunder. And once you plunder, you have access to these lovely captive audiences, which, will keep you safe. Another thing about fortifications is because we don't take damage at round start for free, we don't have to spend our captive audiences removing the city breakers. And we're gonna double stun here with Yone. And they don't even attack us, which is fantastic. We'll be in Chemtech next round. And we can drop Manasoul Student, and we'll drop another Manasoul Student. This is just free damage for us. And then we can start using Captive Audience. We'll be stunning the weakest unit every time we trigger a Lotus Trap, and we should be triggering Lotus Trap basically every 1.5 casts of Captive Audience. We'll also get a Captive Audience back every 1.5 casts of Captive Audience. These... I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, you stun the weakest enemy when you play it, so we're just kind of ignoring them and going down the list from like the strongest to the weakest. This way there's nothing blocking us when we do finally attack. And we're going to finish off this unit. He'll get stunned, but if he gets stunned on the attack... Actually, yeah, we still have an attack. If he gets stunned on the attack, he can still block, so we just want him gone ahead of time. That's a little bit better for us. Blade Lotus is kind of bad because it makes it so that you can't block with anything that is damaged. Or you already can't block with anything that is damaged, but it damages everything, is the problem. I'm gonna stun here. And we trigger our Lotus Trap, and they're not gonna do anything, so we're fine just using Thermogenic Beam, getting our hit points back. It'll play twice. And we could clear these units if we want, and then just open attack next round. I think that's fine. Probably don't want to stack this many because you can only hold 9 effects on the stack. So make sure you don't overfill it, otherwise you're going to waste Captive Audience trigger, which is how you win the game. You can see how powerful Fortifications was. We took like basically no damage there. And Tusk Speaker is a way to trigger Plunger, but not when I want to trigger it. I'm probably just going to take Fury of the North here. Tusk Speaker is kind of fine though. I don't know. I'm not overly worried because we pulled Fortifications. We shouldn't be able to die. Tom Kench has healing. I don't hate. But could just get something better, I think, and I'm fine spending 1 reroll here. Vi will grow pretty strong pretty fast. Patrol Wardens could potentially be played at cost reduction. We have a way to trigger Plunder sort of on Doom Beast, but not really. I think I just take Vi and... I don't know. I don't want to spend another reroll, is kind of really the thing. Probably want to go to the shop, and Manasoul Student, their main power, or threat I guess, is that they can do a lot of upfront damage through spells and stuff, and we have Fortifications, so I'm a little bit less worried about that. We get Jhin, don't have a way to trigger Plunder except through Manasoul Student, but that's fine. Manasoul's pretty good at it, but he'll probably die. Would be my guess. And that's like kind of a scary board. Yeah, and we have no blockers. Should be okay. Even if they open attack, I'm not super worried. Stun here. And we'll block. And again, the difference between having Fortifications and not having it is just huge. So we don't have a way to trigger Plunder, so if I play Jhin, kinda nothing happens there. Probably should have played Boom Crew last round so I could have open attacked with it. Kind of in a bad spot now. I'll drop Boom Crew regardless. And if I attack with him, I'm not sure what happens. And that's exciting to me. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna suit up. And he got on Death Rally. And so we're just gonna take a lot of damage for doing that. It's fine. Drop a Boom Crew ahead of time this time. And we'll pass. And we attack. Triggering our Plunder. At this point we would have just played Jhin regardless, because we can't take any more damage. And we'll drop Vi because she's free. And then we'll drop Jhin. And this is fine. And we're gonna get 10 hit points back here. Jhin can't attack. Vi could, but honestly, it doesn't seem like that good of a plan to me. I kill a guy that can do something bad to us, and we're going to kill this guy as well. We'll attack with Vi to level her up. I don't know how useful that is for us, but it's probably fine. Okay, they just let us end round. Cool with that. Got Manasoul Student. Lose Manasoul Student immediately. Play Avaros and Marksman. This is just stacking Lotus Trap. Kill the City Breaker. Lose another unit. Probably best to stun here, although we could Fury of the North. This seems fine. Now we are able to take this attack, removing the unit. That was worse than just using Captive Audience. It was like significantly worse. In a Captive Audience here, I think I lost like 20 damage on that. And we are kind of stalling to try to get the other thermogenic beam because I just took too much damage because I didn't want to play without plunder, even though playing without plunder probably would have been fine. Kind of Captive Audience. And they let us pass, so we pass. And we pass. And we find thermogenic beam. So we want to play it for 7 mana. If we play it for 13, well, we only get +1 for playing it for 13 versus 7. Let's start by actually, we probably just kill that guy, right? Double Mystic, Captive Audience. Because if he attacks, or if they play any skills, then he's going to trigger and I'm just going to take damage that I don't need to take. So again, if you do it for 13, that is... you're going to heal a little bit less than if you can fight for 7 twice, or if they had a bigger unit, that would be better. I think I'm probably just going to end up playing it for 11 here. Could hold for next round and play it for 13, I guess. But it's not that much better. The second one doesn't go off is why we don't heal twice from it, because they don't have enough life, they're just dead. So it's not helpful. If your Captive Audience can kill them, you really don't need to stun them. So if they ever have less than 6 health, we're fine. And since we only have 2 Thermos in the deck, that's as much healing as we could pull off. Still quite a bit of healing, considering I was down to like 6 or 4, and now we're at 29. This is an elusive blocker for 1. I think that's fine. Shop could give us something interesting. Champion item chest opens up more node possibilities, but I think shop is maybe a little bit better. And maybe I was wrong. Oh, Scribe of Sorrows is amazing, so kinda worked out for us. I'm gonna keep a Crackshot Corsair. So I don't think I've done Lord Broadmane in this set of, I don't know, in our Swain weekly. In our Swain week? There we go. In our Swain week, I don't think I've done Lord Broadmane. And I kind of avoid him because his powers kind of mean. If you... If you have a damaged unit and it gets damaged or stunned by a slow spell or skill or fast spell, then it will die. So we kind of avoid that unless we have a way to get rid of him, because that is a bad effect to get hit by. I'm gonna open attack with this Poro. I forgot they had a blocker, but that's kind of okay. They spent a lot of mana on it, and we do have Mystic Shot. So we'll just Mystic Shot the Nexus. And then we can drop Jhin with Plunder. This will give us a couple Lotus Traps, which will prevent our untimely death in the next round. Unfortunately, we do not have Chemtech until the following round. So if they kill our Jhin with just like a random thing, we don't really have a response for that. We're going to Captive Audience, and we're going to Captive Audience. This will stun the weakest unit, which is... Actually, it won't stun the weakest unit. That's bad for me. Eh, overall okay. And we'll block here. It's not changed. Okay. Could block with Jhin, but I'm afraid that he'll die, so I'm not doing that. I don't care if Vi dies, really. Trigger Evolve. I think I just want to attack here. I'm gonna do that. These guys die, not super worried about it. You can see how the Lord Broadmane is gonna kill Jhin just by targeting him. And I don't really have a way around that. So, kinda let that happen. Guess we had Guardian Angel, so we get new Jhin. Then we're gonna draw up Manasoul Student and Patrol Wardens. Then we're gonna Captive Audience, removing our first Lord Broadmane. And our second Lord Broadmane. This makes us considerably safer from his kill spells. And we're not too worried about the rest. We can't deal with both elusives until this round where we can Captive Audience, and then it'll stun the other one, so we're good. We play Marksman. It's one of the worst cards in our deck, but it does trigger a skill, so it's not too bad. We'll pass, they don't do anything. Drop a Boom Crew and we attack here. And again, I don't really care if the units die, we're just using their skills to create more Captive Audience. Trying desperately not to sneeze. We'll Bouncing Grenade, Dancing Grenade. It's probably unnecessary, and we did want to get to Thermogenic Beam, so doing that was probably worse than not doing that, but whatever, it's fine. I kill some units with a second bounce. Can just kill a Captive Audience for fast speed. Kill another one. I do want them to play like a big unit so we can Thermo, but I'm pretty sure they don't have one. So we can just Thermo now, get 12 hit points back. And we'll pass. We get this nice suit up, which gives us Scout, so we'll attack with Scout. And we'll Captive Audience. And we'll attack again. So you can count the amount of times that we would have been dead without Fortifications, and it's kind of a lot. Take Arachnoid Sentry, does stun on it. And Scribe of Sorrows is one of the best nodes in the game. You buy 3 mana gems from it every single time. Remove your worst card, which is probably Avarice and Marksman. Might be Patrol Wardens. And we go into our mirror match. Jhin vs. Jhin. Flip flip. Try to get our champion. And we do. Because of our 5 mana, we can just open Vi. If I attack here, I don't think I'm accomplishing anything. I could get Jhin on the board, but we would do it without Plunder. Which isn't great, and we kind of don't need him on the board until Chemtech is active anyway. So we can kind of just hold here. We will block. Should have blocked with Vi as well, because she's going to get stunned anyway, so she wouldn't have taken damage. And then we're going to break Spell Shield here. And then 2 more effects before Plunder or Lotus Trap activates for Plunder. We can just pass. And since we pulled Mystic Shot, we can use our Mystic Shot, which will give us the Plunder. We need to drop Jhin. And we are extremely safe for next round. Don't have to do anything crazy. We just pass. And we're gonna Captive Audience. And we're gonna Captive Audience. And we're gonna block. I don't know if Suit Up helps us at all. We'll try it. It didn't. Our Jhin is nearly dead, which I don't love, but he has Guardian Angels, so it's probably okay. Now we're gonna find out if it's okay. And we pass. For this round, we should be clearing out everything. We're kinda low on cards. Use Fury of the North, keep our Jhin alive. Remove theirs. And we're gonna have to do an inexpensive Thermogenic Beam just to get to our next Captive Audience. And we're gonna Captive Audience once more. I think it has a stun this time. If we attack, they'll get Blade's Edge, but it's fine. We do need to be attacking here. We could if we wanted Thermo for nothing, and then it would trigger another Captive Audience. I'm gonna play Manasoul. Then we're gonna kill the low health Yone. We get attacked. Block one. Stun the other. We just need to be creating more cards here. And we're gonna kill the Boom Crew Rookie, because we have the exact amount of mana to do so. And then we're gonna pass. Play Crackshot Corsair. Make her recalls. That's actually pretty good for us, because Crackshot has draw. This is fine. Drop Manasoul. Drop the Stage Hand. We Captive Audience, and we Captive Audience. And obviously we've won here, but we'd also create more Captive Audience in hand, or get closer to it from the Lotus Trap. So we could defend against more units at this point. Excavators will give us a way to heal and kind of keep Jhin alive, which I think is good. You reroll here, we're going to be looking for mana, basically. Hold them off is great. Take hold them off. And I'm not really afraid of Minotaur Reckoner. I maybe should be, but I'm not. So we'll see how this goes. Like, wait, can I actually kill this? It's only safer to go the other way, but I don't know. Feels fine. It's maybe not fine. I don't know. We'll find out. We do have Mystic Shot, so that's nice. We'll drop our Poro, and we attack here. We have a stun next round. So we stun. We get stunned. And we're gonna block the most damage. we have Mystic Shot into Jhin next round. That will do exactly that. Mystic Shot. Honestly, maybe I should be playing him just later. Like round 6-ish. 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 I do kind of want to remove the Reckoner. Semi-terrifying, but I don't really have a way to do that right now. Just gonna keep... Yeah, we can just wait until they attack and stun. Probably better. Otherwise they'll just replay another unit on top of whatever they already have, and you haven't really done anything except waste one of your defensive spells. This stuns all damaged units. We're not really worried about that since our units are stunned anyway. Doesn't change much. Oh no, they go from stunned to even more stunned. Drop Vi. Drop Manasoul. Get stunned. Stun 2 will create a Lotus Trap, but I don't have the mana to do it. And we don't have quite enough to kill the Minotaur Reckoner. But you'll notice that we are missing a very key thing in our hand, which is a captive audience. Which we do need to play the game. So we're gonna captive audience here, finally removing this Minotaur Reckoner. And our extra captive audience will save us from this 21-20 next round. We are now done being stunned forever, hopefully. And we're gonna stun the Aurochs. That way we can block. Get stunned again. Play Boom Crew. They decide not to attack. I'm going to remove one of their units. And I do need more triggers of things. I'm just going to attack with everything here, seems good to me. I just need to make more captive audience in my hand. And nothing needs to die here. We can Fury of the North. And if I wanted to, I could double stun on these two. But I'm kind of fine with it. Probably shouldn't have stopped Vi from leveling up, but overall it's fine. Like, they can't ever do anything to us again. I have to be careful with this Mystic Shot. So, we're obviously stunning this guy. I'll make a second captive audience. Sure. Okay. A Boom Crew. Attack with everything. Jhin does have Overwhelm and Excavators, so unless they can stun us at burst speed, we can just stun our blocker and do infinity damage here. So one thing that we've been having issues with is just not enough cards in the hand. Since cards are kind of our everything, having not enough captive audience to really control the entire board is kind of not where you want to be. Captive audience with +2 damage is something we're obviously taking. For power, I would really even be happy with just like draw 1. Draw 1 would be good for me here. But we'll take Sparring Students, a free blocker. And for power, I guess we're taking this. There's another shop there. We probably just skip, hold the money, and then go to the next shop and hope that that solves our problems in some way. Keep our draw guy. It also triggers Plunder. I kept Thermo for the healing, but that was probably unnecessary, if I'm honest. And then we'll drop Boom Crew here. Oh, I was thinking this had vulnerable for some reason, and it really doesn't. So, this was a bad plan. We're going to pass. And we're going to pass. Should have attacked with it anyway. Would have given me a trigger to a Lotus Trap. So not doing that was probably a mistake. We could probably make the Trifarian Student big enough to deal with a future threat. So there's no reason to just get it killed. Should have played Crackshot at the end of round. Didn't do that. Gonna play Boom Crew here. Then we're gonna attack. They're gonna grow bigger, but it's fine.
This will be quick.
Because I'm not planning on getting attacked ever again. Going to double stun. That's just unnecessary. Bad behavior. And a block. 6 isn't a lot of damage. We have a Thermo beam in hand. Not worried about anything. And now we are in Chemtech. We're gonna Mystic Shot nothing. Isn't the best way to do that. Okay. The Rally guy is potentially a problem for me. So we're going to Captive Audience, and we're going to Captive Audience, and we're going to Captive Audience, and hopefully that'll stun the other 2 units. I don't know. I'm not a math guy. I'm a vibes guy, and I vibe that this is fine. And my voice cracked. And I attack. They have no blockers. And we have so much stuff to work with. I want them to play a giant unit. That is what would make me the happiest. I guess I'll drop Manasoul first. I'm not worried about anything. Double stun. We get stunned back. They attack. We could block. I don't have to use all of my captive audiences. But we are going to use a couple. We can get 14 life out of the 9-8. And we'll captive audience. Just need to figure out how. I need to spend 2 mana basically, which I'm not sure I'm capable of doing. Captive audience. Next round we can spend 4 mana. It's kind of the same. Like a dancing grenade. We could heal 10 right now. We can do better though. Attack with both. We're gonna lose 1. I'm fine with it. It's in the plans. Ooh, an 11. I like that. Makes me happy. So we only have 10 mana here. So we'll heal 20. I mean 18, because we have a max hit point total. But otherwise it would have been 20. We'll deal 4. And we'll captive audience, and we'll captive audience. And we'll second bounce and captive audience. You can play a slow spell and a fast spell. That's important sometimes. I don't think we can do anything here. We have spell shield. Easy. Alright, we'll pick up Suit Up and then plan on removing that. At the shop. Ladros is a good finisher. Might be worth taking a single copy. Lying Wait does nothing for us. I'm gonna take my one Ladros. And I think that's it. I think we'll just be happy here. The item chest, we're gonna remove our worst card. Not really. I mean, it's kind of bad. Our units are mostly bigger than 4/4. And we'll go into Swain, whose power is Suffer. Round start, deal 3 to the player's damaged units. So you don't want anything damaged. Problem is, they can kind of force damage your units with, like, Ravenous Hydra, and we don't have Tough on Jhin or anything else. So that'll probably happen at some point. Drop. Buy. So if we attack with Buy and get her hurt, then we're going to run into that issue where whatever I said will happen. She'll take damage every round and then just die over time. We can play Jhin with Plunder. I think that's fine. We have second Jhin in hand for when he inevitably dies. And he will. Because of something like Ravenous Hydra. We're going to stun here. And we pass. I'm kind of happy just passing. If they pass back, that's fine. We're not really threatened by anything they're doing. And we need to get into round... next round. Next round. Then we can really start removing their board and doing all the fun stuff we want to do. So I can pseudo heal Jhin by playing other cards because of the Excavator's charge. But if they have a third one of those, I really don't have a way of dealing with it. Now we are in Chemtech. This is a Jhin, which might be relevant to us. I'm gonna start with the Daring Poro, see what happens. And a Captive Audience on Swain. We do want to remove him. And we'll heal 8 here. This is the best usage of our mana. We could kill Swain, but we kind of burn a little bit of mana there if we do that. And then we can just Captive Audience him afterwards anyway. And our next Captive Audience will go into this Auroch. And we just need a Guillotine. Oh, that's fun, I guess. Bit of attack there. Apparently. This guy hits you, you lose half your life. Then we're gonna stun and break Spell Shield. And we're gonna pass. And we're losing units just to the Suffer ability. I think this is okay. Not the best attack I've ever done in my life, but it's not horrible. We're gonna kill that guy. We really don't like it when a guy can do half our life in damage. And we'll kill a spider. We're just kind of building up some Captive Audience because we're almost out. And for the same reason, we are going to play Dancing Grenade now. This will make a bunch of cards for us next turn, so we can replenish our hand. Okay, they hate Vi. Gonna stun with the stage hand. And we're gonna remove the stage, or the Trifarian Shieldbreaker. we're gonna remove the City Breaker. We're gonna remove the other City Breaker. I think this is fine. Not sure what their last card is, but really can't matter. We just want to remove the rest of their board here, attack and win the game. With the Ladros down, we killed half of their Nexus health, and then I'm going to spend just all my captive audiences removing their whole board here. They have one card left, but they have no blockers, unless they have something at fast speed that can stop. Then they're gonna die. And we win! So, not quite as clean as I would have liked, and really was off the back of Fortifications, kind of saving us with that Nexus health, especially in the early rounds. I think as we got later, it was less impactful, but in the early rounds, it definitely made a huge difference. There are other ways you can go. You could trade Guardian Angel for Curator's Gatebreaker and then do Curator's Riptide. You could put like Grand General's Counterplan in there, I guess, to make extra cards. We were running low on cards pretty often, which is a problem on Jhin because we just need to be triggering that Lotus Trap over and over. And if you're not doing that, you're not creating your captive audiences. And if you're not creating your captive audiences, then you have no way of dealing with your opponents. So you need some way to do that. I don't know, worked out okay. If you have a 4-star, this is much easier because you do Explosive Finale, so you do 4 damage anytime any enemy dies out of combat, and you have a much greater ability to do that. So that is something you can do as well. I think on Jhin and Vex, that Explosive Finale 4-star just makes such a huge difference and is super well worth it. Anyway, that is the run with Jhin. So your alternate here, so tomorrow, I think, we'll do a video with the last champion to finish off the Noxian Grand General, and it'll be Nami. But you also, like, if Jhin is giving you problems, you can use Aurelion Sol. If you don't have Aurelion Sol, you can get him in the Glory store, and he's available here for 20 glory per 10 fragments. You probably want him like at least 2-star, ideally 3, well ideally 4, but 2-star is probably fine to get you through the adventure. 3-star will make it a lot easier, and that takes, I think, 3 months? Maybe 2 months? 2 or 3 months. And then to get him 4-star, I think takes 4 months. So just be buying this so that you have Aurelion Sol. I'll probably do a run with him as well, just to show how that works. And then, yeah, that's it. That is our any champion for Swain. I don't know if it's the best choice, but everything else just takes so much damage. And they can't really heal, so I don't know. Ari's pretty good because you can just one-shot the Nexus. Nidalee has some problems if you can't get a power that gives you an extra unit at like round start. Lux is too slow just because you're getting pelted the entire time. I don't know. I like Jhin. Jin's fine. Think, yeah, Aurelion Sol is your probably best shot though. This is one of the worst adventures in the game, in my opinion, just because this Unending Siege does just so much unpreventable damage. Just up front, and if you can't stop 30 damage around, you just kind of die in 2 rounds. Anyway, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.